KDFI 27, home of the Stars.
Face off to Belfer's right, a 1-1 game. Modano's line out there. Blues win the draw. Pronger's drive off the traffic and wide. Langenbrunner hit along the near boards. Atchingham for St. Louis, throwing it behind the goal. Pellerin from a bad angle, and that one went off something. Might have been Chambers, and up into the seats behind Eddie.
Chris Pronger has played half the hockey games through 2 periods. Played over 19 minutes along with Al McGinnis. A lot of people wonder about St. Louis, whether Joel Quenneville's just going to wear his trio or quad back there, 4 defensemen, who he plays a lot. He usually just goes down to 4 immediately and just plays them to death out there. They can handle it. They're all well-conditioned guys. Pronger's played a lot. He co-led the NHL in plus-minus coming into the game tonight. No all-star selection for him, which is a bit of a travesty because he's been great. Pronger, Murphy, and Zubris of Philadelphia, the top 3 in the NHL at plus 24.
Face off again in the Dallas zone. Kelly Chase, the guy who rung up Matvichuk, is on the ice, but it's a high stick. I believe that somehow happened against Joe Nieuwendyk. York, I think, got his stick up on him, Razor.
Yeah, Harry York was over there, and since Dave Supernaut is off with Stars defenseman Matvichuk, the trainer for the St. Louis Blues had to come out and attend to him. Yeah, it was just one of those ones where he was trying to lift, York was trying to lift Nieuwendyk's stick, and he missed his stick. So then York's stick just came straight up and clipped him right in the face. So the question is going to be, was Joe Nieuwendyk bleeding? They can get extra minutes out of that, or if it's just a high-sticking minor and the Stars get a power play here. At any rate, York is off.
4:57, the time of the call. 2 minutes up on the board against Harry York. And Dallas will go on the power play for the second time in this game. They are 0 for 1.
How about the injuries for Dallas, though? They continue on. Bob Basson, with the hand injury, is gone. Todd Harvey's having a tough time getting back into the lineup again. He's getting close. They lose Matvichuk, and it looked serious when he went off. We won't speculate. We'll wait and see if we can get a word. But it's just one after another after another.
I almost said the other day, boy, at least the defensemen haven't been hurt, for the Stars.
Well, they could. You would think that this team could ill afford to lose Hatcher and Matvichuk on the back end together at once, and Yuri Lettinen for long periods of time up front.
Chambers did have some problems early in the season, Razor, but now we have to deal with Matvichuk. I assume the report will be knee injury and won't return tonight, but we'll wait. Here's Modano ahead. Stars on a power play, but they give it up, and McGinnis, who used his booming shot to tie the game, this time uses more finesse to get it down the ice. Zubov picking it up for the Stars. Left wing to Sador at center. Right wing pass to Modano. Off the boards, he'll take it to Langenbrunner. Right circle to Lettinen in the slot. He's watched, can't get the shot away. Stars whack it behind the goal, and a whistle now as the puck was played with a stick too high by Chris Pronger. Face-off staying in the blue zone.
Well, the Stars have to be leery also of this penalty-killing unit of St. Louis. They're a lot like Dallas. They're dangerous. They have 8 shorthanded goals. That's tied with Dallas. They have the same number, 8 shorties. Calgary leads. Isn't that amazing? Calgary, the Flames, the young guns up there in Alberta, lead with 10 shorthanded goals. So there are players on both sides on penalty-killing units here tonight that can make you pay. Stars would love to have their power play bail them out here again tonight and put them ahead. It's been excellent on this road trip, and it's been dynamite all year.
Nieuwendyk, Verbeek, and Modano up front. Zubov and Sador on the points. Nieuwendyk to take the draw with Conroy in the left circle. Conroy won it. McGinnis clearing it into the seats. We'll do it again.
Well, those guys aren't going to come off the ice now. The Blues are down to 4 on the back end. It will be McGinnis and Duchesne and probably Pronger and Bergevin the rest of the way. We won't see much of Rivers and McAlpine, the other 2 defensemen, and it'll just be hack and whack. And they have everything. They have a lot of the same elements that Dallas does. They have mobility and they have toughness.
Face-off again to Fuhr's right. Again won by the Blues. Verbeek scrapping after it there, however. Stars keep it in. Sador to Zubov at the right point. Checks the traffic. Back to Sador. Into the circle. Modano, a shot. Save Fuhr. Didn't get all of that. It went off his skate. Then to his backhand. He sort of lunged it at the goal. The Blues get to the puck and clear it again. 1 minute remaining in York's minor for high sticking. Sador comes to center. Rifles it up into the seats. and out of play.
Wow, there's going to be a lot of souvenirs and plenty of bruises here at Field tonight. Some guy made the save and a good one. That was a hot one off the stick of Daryl Sydor. Sydor's production has slowed a little bit. He's been bouncing back and forth between defense and forward. He too will be heading up to Vancouver to the All-Star game on Friday. He's going to go up there. He's only picked up points in 2 of the last 9 games. But how about the 2 games? He had the hat trick in Carolina and an assist the other night. So his first hat trick of his career. He was an excited guy down there in Carolina.
On his way to the All-Star game this weekend in Vancouver. Fraser, the report is a sprained knee for Rich Matvichuk will not return and will later be evaluated.
Wow, I mean, Greg Adams back at home. Remember, Cote got injured against St. Louis in a fight with Tony Twist earlier this season. He's out for the year.
They keep mounting. Stars keep pressing on. 1-1 here, 13:35 to play in the third. Half a minute left on the Dallas power play. Sydor will gun it in along the right wing boards. Lettinen after it in the corner. Gives it to Langenbrunner, then took a hit. Zubov picking it off the far boards to Langenbrunner again. Out to the left point, Sydor. A shot. It's tipped up into the seats again. Is that the same guy? I think the same guy is on top of that puck.
Going to end up with bookends at the end of the night here. Stars are starting to look they're looking weary. They're looking a little road weary right now. They're trying. There's a lot of try out there. You know what? Speaking of injuries, though, do you think they're going to get any sympathy from St. Louis right now?
Yeah.
I highly doubt it when you look at the guys who are out of their lineup right now. No Brett Hall, no Murphy. Turcotte was a scratch tonight or an injury or just coming back from an injury for them, too. No Tony Twist. Hoshek, another tough defenseman, just coming back from an injury. So they have plenty of bodies out on their side, too.
Stars win the draw here with 15 seconds left in the power play. Hatcher firing off the traffic to the near boards. Verbeek tried to go behind the goal with it, but Pronger got there, and he'll rip it down the ice, and that'll do it. 5 seconds left in the York minor. Stars are 0 for 2 now on the power play as York steps out. Hogue feeding it across, and as Hogue came on, or York came on, rather, he ran right into Hogue, knocked him on his fanny. Chambers picking it off. He'll start it back for the Stars the other way. The St. Louis line and Neuendijk in the slot. A backhand chop blocked by Bergevin. Blues trying to clear. Neuendijk high sticked again. This time by Campbell. And a penalty coming up once more against the St. Louis Blues. Dallas will be on the power play when we continue on the Dallas Stars Hockey Network.
Somebody had the idea of hanging hubcaps from the ceiling, and we thought,
Hey, why not?
Mexican food is fun. But we thought the restaurant should be fun too. We only open Chuy's in cities where Southwest Airlines flies. The fares are low, so we can afford to go back and forth.
From Chuy's to Chuy's to Chuy's.
And if you're interested, hubcaps do fit in the overhead bin.
You are now free to move about the country.
You can escape with more power. You can escape with ease. You can escape in luxury. You can escape for $999 down and $279 a month. You can escape, but you won't go unnoticed.
Joe Neuendijk being attended to on the Stars bench. He must have skin like alligator skin or something. Twice in a row he's been high stick. That last time Campbell flipped him up in the face. Didn't cut him. 2-minute minor. Stars on another power play, back-to-back.
This their third power play of the night. They're 0 for 2. They have 3 shots with the man advantage. And off the draw, that one is mailed into the seats at the other end. Lots of pucks up in the seats here.
Well, they tell you when you come to the hockey game, and they tell you on the scoreboards at center ice that pucks may fly into the seating area. Well, you can see why they tell you that tonight. It's been a hunt of fan night tonight. Everybody, you come to the game, you get a souvenir this evening here in St. Louis. Big crowd sellout here. Stars have had plenty of those back home lately. Was it 5 in a row?
Yes.
For Dallas at Reunion Arena. So lots of people enjoying this game right now. Greatest game on earth.
12:35 to play in the third. 1-1 the score. Zubov, a wrist shot. Kick save pure. Lettinen shoulders off McGinnis. Modano picks up the puck. Right wing half boards. Climbing out to the right point. Watched by McGinnis. Moving it down to Lettinen. He's hampered by Pronger. McGinnis spinning it up the near boards and all the way down the ice. Behind the play, Hatcher and Pronger with something to say to each other. Pronger might be the only guy big enough to try and move Hatcher out of the front of that net raiser.
They have some bodies back there. You know, McGinnis is no slouch either, and now Hatcher went right after Pronger. You go after the head of the snake.
Now here comes Atchingham in, short-handed, a shot, Belfour the save, rebound, cleared out of there by Lettinen. He got behind Belfour to take it off the goal line. Modano on the march to the St. Louis line, lost the puck, and then Hatcher got away with a whack on Pronger as Merwelli had turned the other way.
It's going to be some ugliness.
Here come the Stars in. Pronger went after Zubov as he threw one toward the goal. Chris Pronger's going to be looking for Derian Hatcher. I can guarantee you that.
Well, he came over and cross-checked Zubov right in the rib area, and now there's more words. Pronger's going to try to shove his mates away from Reed and Neuendijk. What a shift by Big Sean Pronger. At the other end of the ice, quite a chance for the St. Louis Blues. Blair Atchingham, who can snipe, he's done it in junior and he's done it in the minor leagues, had a chance that was just trickling towards the goal line, but Jure Lettinen again came back and took it away. Wow, Hatcher and Pronger had quite a set going at the other end. Man, oh man. They just went at one another. Pronger goes 6'5", 220, and Hatcher's 6'5", 221. I'm going to give him an extra pound.
Derian just went after him, then later, and wham, gave him a couple of shots. Face off in the St. Louis zone. Verbeek spun down. Chambers has the puck, left point to Zubov at the right. Back to Chambers. 45 seconds left on the power play. Zubov fumbled it, gets it to Chambers. A shot, and that one's tipped wide. Rebound out front. Verbeek, a drive, Fuhrer the save. Pellerin trying to clear. Zubov holding it in at the right point. Great keep for the Stars. Neuendijk can't get to the puck. Bergevin playing to the far side. Reed in the right corner. Out of Verbeek behind the goal. Verbeek taken down. Conroy trying to get it out, and he does.
Oh, what a save by Grant Fuhrer. What a move to even get back on his feet and then stop Verbeek.
Stars cough it up at center ice. Chambers protecting his own line. Played it away from Terry Yake. Now at center, Verbeek across to Zubov. He's in 2-on-1 with Neuendijk. Tried to get it across. It was blocked. The pass by Bergevin. And the puck spun up the boards and out. Power play over for the Stars. Dallas is 0 for 3. Here come the Blues the other way. Atchingham, a drive, pad save, Belfour. Pronger along the near boards. Played it deep. Chambers guns it all the way down. Icing coming up against the Dallas Stars. Grant Fuhrer has kept this thing a 1-1 game.
Well, Grant Fuhrer is all about big time, big save, key juncture goaltending. He always has been. And he came up large on that last set. It was chaotic at times in front of him. And the puck bounced off the end boards, off his stick, and then he regained his feet. And Verbeek, instead of going to the far side, just got it away as quick as humanly possible. And he shot it right where Grant Fuhrer was getting up. And it hit him right in the pillows. After that, the 2-on-1, Zubov tried to saucer it across to Neuendijk, but a good play by Bergevin, the defenseman, to break it up as he came sliding over on the right-hand side towards Zubov. Good action.
Face off at Ed Belfour's end of the ice. Half a period to play in regulation. 1-1 the score. Good one tonight from St. Louis. Marshall chipping it out to center ice. Jeff Courtnall picking it up. Across to Steve Duchesne in his own zone, but a lazy pass nearly intercepted by Carbonneau. Now Courtnall took a hit from Marshall, got it to Turgeon, racing to the Dallas line. A wrist shot, he gunned it wide. Courtnall after it with Ludwig. It goes behind the Stars' goal. Pavel Demitra tried to get it out to Turgeon, but it was blocked. Ludwig sends it ahead to Hogue, who lost it in his skates. Stars spin it ahead to Marshall, and he'll throw it in and give Pronger a little shot on the shin. Both teams making changes. 9:40 to play in the third. 1-1 the score. Langenbrunner making the turn. In come the Stars to Modano to Langenbrunner. A shot. Save Fuhrer. Rebound from Lettinen back toward the front of the goal. And Grant went sprawling to keep it out.
Oh, Jamie Langenbrunner. He benefited from being a right shot and a left winger. And he worked a deft stick work to work it into a shooting position. And he almost fooled Fuhrer with the attempt. He brought it in front and then quickly with the shovel. I think it went off of the stick of McGinnis before it got in on Grant Fuhr, but Fuhr got enough of it. Little shovel ahead by Modano. Quick shot right up off the stick of McGinnis, and it almost ate up Fuhr. But he got enough of it, right down the blocker, and then found it. What a game. What a performance by these two goalies.
Face off to Fuhr's left, won by the Blues, who bring it ahead. Atchinum to Conroy, attacking at the Dallas line, dropping it for Pellerin along the boards. He centered it. Hatcher picked it off, and he'll start it ahead for the Stars. To Modano, angling to his right at the St. Louis line, ran into Bergevin. Lettinen came in a step ahead of the play offside.
Well, the Blues have been very good in this building this season. The Blues' 15 home wins tie them with Detroit for the most in the conference. Dallas has won 13 games back at Reunion Arena. Remember, last year the Blues only won 17 games all season, so they're well ahead of pace. They've been under 500 the last couple of years here in this building, and you see that a lot with the new buildings. Teams getting kind of comfy in their new digs.
From center ice, the Stars drive it in. Duchesne has it. He'll play it around behind his goal to Pronger. Up to Rayum. Twisted off his skate by Verbeek. Reed in. Right circle. Nieuwendyk cutting to the goal. Reed trying to center. Now out to the left point to Ludwig. His shot off Fuhr. Bounces behind the goal. Fuhr slapping at it. Pronger corrals it and spins it out. Muni plays it in, but trap players offside. 1-1. 8:49 remaining in the third period on the Dallas Stars Hockey Network.
To carry the weight, to withstand any burden, to provide enduring security takes strength. Strength beyond people's means. It's the financial strength in every life insurance policy New York Life has ever written. Strength is the steel this company was built around. It's what makes New York Life the company you keep.
You want a little excitement in your life? Then check this out. A Chevy S10 pickup for $169 a month with zero down. That's right, $169 a month with zero down, or get $1,500 cash back. That's on a rugged Chevy S10 that's tough enough for work or play. But hey, it's a limited time offer and it won't last long. So see your North Texas Chevy dealer today. After all, it's the only place you can get a new S10 for $169 a month with zero down or $1,500 cash back. Wow, zero down. Now that's what I call excitement.
Happy Days and Who's the Boss? Weekdays at 5 on KDFI 27.
1-1 hockey game, just under 9 minutes to go. Third period. Couple goalies playing great. Couple goalies have won 20 games this year. Belfour looking for his 23rd. Fuhr looking for his 21st. The other guys on the 20 win list: Kolzig, Brodeur, Osgood. Scintillating net minding at both ends tonight.
Belfour has seen 21 shots. He stopped 20. At the other end, Fuhr, even better, 26 of 27, and more sparklers for Grant. Collision in the St. Louis zone. The Blues haul the puck ahead to the Dallas line. Campbell in on the right wing. Sador takes the puck away from him, then works it out to center ice. McGinnis has it there for the Blues. Cross to Bergevin, his own line. Up ahead, Rayum will relay it into the Dallas zone deep. Belfour cutting it off behind his goal, working it up the boards to his left. Airy trying to chop it out. McGinnis kept it in, threw it toward the slot, blocked by Sador and Zubov. Hauls it behind his own goal. Juha Lind spinning it out. No icing here. It went off Bergevin at center. And the Blues will regroup in their own zone. Outlet pass to Campbell. They'll chip it into the Dallas zone. Hatcher will pick it up there for the Stars. To Langenbrunner at center. To Lettinen in the middle of the ice. Taps it in deep. And Duchesne will pick it up from Fuhr. Left wing pass to Pellerin. Bounces into the Dallas zone now along the near boards. Langenbrunner behind his net to Chambers. Up the far side to Lettinen. Chambers took a hit behind the play. Loose puck at center. Modano spinning it ahead to Langenbrunner. Dallas is in. Jamie falls along the near boards. Duchesne moves it ahead. Pellerin at the Dallas line to Conroy. Left circle. Tried to get it out front to Atchinum. Stars came back to defend. Modano pitched it to the far boards, and Lettinen will scoop it out. 7:20 remaining in the third period. 1-1 the score. Blues in on the attack. Pellerin dealing it behind the Dallas goal. Took a bump from Reed. Chambers picks up the puck into the middle of the ice for Nieuwendyk. Ahead come the Stars on the attack. Nieuwendyk to Verbeek. The pass was behind him. He had to chase it. Reed to Nieuwendyk back of the goal, trying to exit the near side. Here's Ludwig firing from a bad angle, and that one went well wide. At Verbeek of the Stars, puts it into the right wing corner. Turgeon and Reed battle for it there with McInnes. Neuendijk reaching for it. Couldn't get to it. Ludwig coming down from the left point, working against Dimitra along the near boards. Pavel Dimitra plays it around to the far side, and Pellerin makes the turn. Throws a right wing pass at center, too far for everyone, skipping deep into the Dallas zone. Muni gets there first, and it's icing against the Blues.
Well, there is quite a bit on the line here tonight. Not just winning a hockey game. When you start looking at the overall picture, and I know it's only January, and you can't start looking at the standings and everything, but entering the game tonight, the Blues were what, 8 points back of Dallas?
Yep.
And, you know, they got a chance to move to within, you know, a few wins of the leaders, and the Stars have a chance on their side to own first overall outright at the All-Star break. So there are those two carrots dangling in front of them here tonight. It's been a pretty gritty affair. This has looked like one of these games. I don't know who the writer was this morning who said it doesn't really get your blood boiling when you have the Stars and the Blues playing one another. Well, there's been plenty of blood boiling down at ice level tonight.
I believe it was Dave Luking in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, Razor, who said normally, you know, it doesn't get the same kind of attention as a Detroit series would. And now, shot from the point. Fuhr almost made it more exciting than it was as he bobbled that wrist shot, but he hangs on. Usually they get Detroit in here or Chicago in here, it gets their blood boiling, but not the same can be said so far for this Dallas Stars rivalry here.
It's been a good one tonight. Two goaltenders. Most wins Grant Fuhr's ever had in a season was 40. And that was back when I caddied for him in Edmonton, the 87-88 season. He played a lot of games that year, 75 of 80, so you know how much I played. And the guy at the other end won 43 back in 90-91 with Chicago. That's his high.
How many did you win that year?
2.
Well, you helped the cause.
Yeah, well, that was a big part of things.
Now, here come the Blues on the attack. Campbell can't get around Sador. Puck drifting into the right wing corner in the Dallas zone. Carbonneau looking after it there. Picard has him wedged off. Carbonneau goes down. Campbell behind the Dallas goal. Checked by Sador. Strong on his skates. Still working the puck to the far side. Picard and Carbonneau there again. Now the puck tied free to Zubov behind the Dallas goal. He's got some room. Gives it to Hogue. Benoit comes to center. Taps it in deep. And icing. Whoa! Almost no icing. Pronger overskated it for a moment, but it touched his boot. Icing against the Dallas Stars.
Well, these St. Louis Blues remind a lot of people of Dallas last year in a lot of ways. And when you look at the first half of the season and their improvement, like Dallas was last year, then you start to understand things a little bit more. The first half, the Blues finished with 12 more points than they did last year. It doesn't sound like much when you say it, but it is quite a bit when you think about things. Detroit's an improved team, as is Dallas. That's the amazing thing, you know. Some of the big boys in the league haven't just rested on their laurels. They've gone back at it hard. And when you're the Stanley Cup champions and you can improve on things, that's saying something.
The Dallas zone. Chambers fell on top of the puck, so another faceoff will come, this time to Belford's left.
Well, you know, they're all saying on both benches down there right now, nothing to save it for, boys, because there's a few days off upcoming on both sides because of the All-Star break. A few guys will have to go up and play in that shinny game in Vancouver.
Oh, the goalies love that one. So do the coaches, huh? Face off in the Dallas zone. Langenbrunner tried to get it out. Pellerin hooked at him. Atchingham keeps it in. Madonna swatting it up the near boards to Langenbrunner. Here come the Stars the other way. Langenbrunner moving it ahead. Lettinen going after it. Fuhr gets there to rip it up the near boards. And Conroy's able to spill it ahead to Atchingham. Left wing pass to McInnes. Now to Pellerin into the Dallas zone. Dropping McInnes. Wrist shot blocked by Chambers. He'll start the Stars attack the other way. Langenbrunner and Verbeek, a 2-on-1. McInnes hustling back. Verbeek trying to get it to the goal, and Fuhr kicks it away. Madonna circling to Chambers, to Ludwig at the left point. Using the boards, he'll put it behind the St. Louis goal. Conroy getting there ahead of Verbeek, who was held up by Bergevin, and the Blues will haul it ahead to center ice. Conroy will drive it in. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third period. 1-1 the score. Reed taking it ahead at center. Verbeek going after it, but he's tied up in the St. Louis zone. Now finds the puck along the near boards. Reed putting it behind the goal. He's checked by York. And Pronger will pick up the puck as Reed was spilled behind the St. Louis net. Duchesne Right wing attack at the Dallas line, but Rayum was in ahead of the play offside. 4:20 to play in regulation. We'll have it for you in a moment. 1-1 the score on the Dallas Stars Hockey Network.
Dave Thomas?
Yes, sir.
I get the feeling you've been trying to avoid me.
Oh, did you say Dave Thomas? I'll see if he's here.
Not so fast. It's about your 99-cent quarter-pound Texas double cheeseburger.
Shoot.
Is that 2 patties of fresh beef?
Hot off the grill.
American cheese?
Nothing but.
Extra pickles, onions, and a double shot of mustard so it's extra tangy?
All for 99 cents.
Well, here. Make mine a Texas double.
Wendy's 99-cent quarter-pound Texas double. A lot of cheeseburger for a little price.
You seem mighty nervous, Dave.
Must be the coffee.
Why do I come out here? Because the playing field's level, but the stairs never are. Because if I can't get frost-brewed Coors Light to the fans cold, those guys in the Rockies froze their butts for nothing. So I scale concrete every night. Because somewhere there's a guy eating peanuts or some nachos, and he's thinking of me.
Coors Light! Coors Light! 1-1, time winding down third period here in St. Louis. Stars with a block in their own zone. It was McGinnis' shot that was blocked, and then he busted back up the ice and tracked down Pat Verbeek, closed on him, hampered his shot, but didn't take a penalty. Good defensive play by McGinnis.
So many times we talk about Al McInnes' offensive prowess, Razor, but he can certainly play both ends of the ice.
Well, when you come into the game second in the league in defense for goals, you tend to talk about that.
Now here come the Stars. Juha Lind hit by Dimitra. The near corner in the St. Louis zone. Airy trying to get it free. Sador to keep it in at the left point. Turgeon trying to drag it out. Carbonneau battling to keep it in, and the Blues finally get it to center ice. Here's Turgeon on his way to the Dallas line. Puck poked off his stick by Sador, but kept in by the Blues. Turgeon, right corner, Courtnall out front. Turgeon threw it toward the net. Belfour swatted it away. Dimitra tried to hit Duchesne in the slot, but that one was bounced behind the Dallas goal. Out the far boards, Juha Lind will haul it out to center ice. He'll just play it in deep. And too deep, maybe. It is icing against the Stars. 3:20 to play in the third period. Dallas won. St. Louis won.
Stars have come back in a huge way here in the third period in shots on goal. It's 13-5 right now. It was 14-9 St. Louis in the second. Dallas has only been outshot in 11 games this season, and 2 of those have come recently. They were outshot in Anaheim, and they were outshot by Detroit at home before the trip. So Eddie Belfour's made saves when he's been called upon, but Modano and his line and the crew up front for Dallas have spit a lot of stuff at Grant Fuhr that he's regurgitated back at him.
Ed Belfour watches the face-off in the circle to his right. Conroy against Modano. Blues win it. McGinnis sizzles one wide of the net. Hogue getting it out. Langenbrunner playing it in deep. Modano going after it. Hogue is up with Langenbrunner and Modano on this line. That begs the question, where's Lettinen?
That's what I'm looking for on the bench.
Blues bring it the other way. They bounce one in on goal. Belfour steers that aside. Modano will pick it up. And the Stars will scrap and get it out. Langenbrunner alone in a sea of white. Plays it in deep. Dallas will change the line. Blues will turn it ahead. Here's Yake. Behind the play, Langenbrunner and McGinnis have something going.
McGinnis just tripped him twice, and Mirowelli was looking right at him and didn't call it.
Now Campbell with the puck at the St. Louis line. Reed overtook him, put it deep into the St. Louis zone, and Pronger uses the boards and bounces it to the Dallas line. Muni turns it back the other way. 2:20 remaining in the third period. 1-1 the score. Yake hit along the near boards by Verbeek. Neuendijk throwing it in. Right wing corner. Fuhr stopping it behind his goal. Bergevin picking it up there. They'll bank it out again. Muni waiting for it there to Carbonneau. He'll fire it in. Didn't get all of it. Pronger will get it right back out. Game of territory here now, and the Stars trying to pin the Blues. Carbonneau in the right corner. And around behind the goal, Pronger. Out to the point, not out. Ludwig kept it in. Yake took a hit, got it out. Campbell to the Dallas line. Ludwig punches it ahead, but they trapped Carbonneau offside. 1:37 to play in the third period.
There's no Jere Lettinen on the Stars bench, and And both of the equipment managers for Dallas, Dave Smith and Rich Matthews, are on the bench, so you have to think that it's probably not an equipment problem. Dave Supernaut, who's had a long night again tonight, is not on the Stars bench. He runs after, or looks after, all the medical stuff. So they're down to Richard Matvichuk right now. And also, it looks like Yuri Lehtinen up front. We haven't heard any word on Lehtinen. If you joined us late, on Matvichuk, it's a sprained knee, and he's not going to be back in the game tonight. He got hit by Kelly Chase in behind the Stars net. Grant Pierre has an equipment problem. Speaking of equipment problems, maybe he's just worn things out down there. The Stars have sent everything at him here in the third period and haven't been able to sneak anything past him. The problem with his skate, lost an edge probably on the post, so that's been fixed up. Little break for everybody as he goes back in. He stopped 28 of 29 tonight. And if this remains the way it is right now, you have to think he's going to figure in the 3 stars.
He's my number 1 star of the game tonight. Center ice, Duchesne rips it into the Dallas zone. Atchingham in the right corner, watched by Sador. Down the corner, Modano trying to get it free. Sador playing it behind his goal to Zubov, to Langenbrunner, who makes the turn and starts the attack back to center for the Stars. Right wing dump for Langenbrunner. Duchesne picking up the puck, using the glass, trying to get it out. Stars keep it in, and now it is poked to center ice by a diving Conroy. Modano checked by Pellerin. Langenbrunner trying to advance the puck. He's in check from Atchingham. Langenbrunner is able to play it in deep. Final minute of play. The third period. 1-1 the score. Duchesne moving it ahead. Too far for Turgeon. Nieuwendyk got back to give it to Sador. Now Zubov bouncing it up into the middle. Reed is in. Fires it wide of the goal. Fior using the glass, put it up into the seats, and that's about the 3rd time tonight that he's actually gotten a piece of the glass and put it upstairs.
Cagey. Make sure you get some of the window before it goes out, otherwise it's a penalty. Stars are ragged. They just keep coming at you. And it seems like whenever they don't win, whether it's a tie or a loss, the goalie on the other side is always either the 1st or 2nd star. We talked about that the other night in San Jose, and the same thing's going on again tonight with Grant Fuhr, who has yet to really succumb to the pressure. And if you're the St. Louis Blues and Joel Quenneville, you have to be elated with the performance of your checking line against the Modano line out here tonight, because although they've had chances, maybe the best checker they've had has been Grant Fuhr, but they've done a pretty good job against them.
Now the Nieuwendyk line. This is the line that scored the goal. All 3 forwards figured in it. Nieuwendyk from Verbeek and Reed out there for the Stars. Hatcher and Chambers on the points. Face off to Fuhr's right. Nieuwendyk against Yake. Yake won it. McInnes taking it behind his goal. Gave it to Bergevin. Now to Yake. Blues trying to attack. Verbeek with a steal at center. He's ridden into the near boards. Courtnall poked it ahead. Hatcher trying to return the favor. Yake picked it off, gave it away. Here comes Nieuwendyk and the Stars into the blue zone. Nieuwendyk shot. Blocked by Bergevin. Courtnall spinning it ahead to Demitra. Blues attacking. 18 seconds left in regulation. Demitra cutting to the goal. A shot. Save Belfour. Eddie met him at the post and kept it out.
Oh, they're coming hard. Courtnall was the guy who came flying in from the left-hand side. And I think Belfour wanted to have some words with him. You don't come in and skate into goalie's gloves, is what Belfour's talking about. Turgeon had jumped off the bench and come on. Demitra had it on the right-hand side. Little stick language on Hatcher to work his way in and get a stuff shot on Belfour, but he smothered up the rebound and some good coverage in front by the Stars to make sure nobody could get a twig on the puck afterwards. Courtnall came in and just tried to get out of everybody's way. He got bumped into by Verbeek, and Belfour wasn't happy with all the congestion in his crease.
12 and 8/10 seconds remaining in regulation. Face-off in Belfour's end of the ice. He has seen 24 shots from St. Louis. He has stopped 23. The other end, Fuhr 28 of 29, and it's a 1-1 game.
The Blues have owned the face-off circle in certain portions of the hockey game. They've been better than Dallas has on draws.
Big draw here. Yake to work against Carbonneau. Yake wins it. Wrong up. Now they're going to do it again. Clock is still running, however. 7, 6. Now they stop it. They're going to have to readjust that. There's about 10 seconds left.
They'll take their time on this one, I'm sure. It looks like McInnes is going to go over and pretend he needs another stick or something. Break a little time. They have a play set up. Everybody has plays set up for situations like this. And the first thing is they need Yake to win the face-off, and then they need their wingers to block some people and allow the shot to get off from either Pronger or McGinnis, who will be their 2-point man. They put it up to 13 seconds on the clock.
12.9, Razor, to be exact now. We're in the tenths of a second mode in the...
I tend to round them up.
I know.
That's just me. Well, one of the Dans isn't happy.
No.
Maruelli.
I wonder if you can get all three Dans happy at the same time.
Triple Dan factor. Yeah, I doubt it. You don't want the puck to end up on Al McGinnis to stick. That's the one thing you don't want right now, because if his shot gets through and if there's traffic in front of Belfour, well, good luck.
Wonder how the other Dan is doing. Dan Stukel with the travel arrangements tonight.
Yeah, there is an underlying theme to this thing that the Stars may not get out of here tonight because of the weather here, and might have to spend the last road trip was the same way. We were in New Jersey, and the boys couldn't get home from New Jersey and had to wait around because of fog there. It's freezing rain here in the Show Me State. I think a lot of guys want to go home, though, Ralph.
Oh, yeah, tonight.
I don't think there are too many people that want to spend a night in St. Louis. Lovely town, friendly people, but there's a break coming up.
No, but I guess how many of them wanted to stay in New Jersey either? Here we go, final 10 seconds of the period. Stars win the draw. That's a good thing. Langenbrunner deftly tips it all the way down the ice. And so we will be heading to overtime. Dallas had the only goal heading into the third period. Again, Razor, a lead heading into the third, which is now up for grabs. Neuendijk's 20th from Verbeek and Reed, but Al McGinnis on a broken play following a Rich Matvichuk injury bagged his 13th at the 2:18 mark, and so that's where we're at.
Well, great goaltending by Grant Fuhr is the only reason we're going to overtime right now, because they spit everything at him in that third period.
1-1 the score, and overtime is next on the Dallas Stars Hockey Network.
Drink Bud Ice, but beware the penguins.
Горбачев, из-за него мы на краю экономической пропасти.
Благодаря ему у нас свобода.
Из-за него мы на краю политического хаоса.
Благодаря ему мы теперь свободны. И можем дойти до края этой пиццы.
The Edge Pizza from Pizza Hut with no outer crust, so the toppings go all the way to the edge.
За Горбачева!
За Горбачева! За Горбачева!
Almost everyone's been to the edge. Have you?
Stars 1, Blues 1 as we head to overtime. Dallas was up 1-0 on Neuendijk's 20th heading into the third. And then Razor, a broken play caused in part by an injury to Rich Matvichuk.
Well, it was a double negative. Matvichuk came in behind the net. He was moving from the left to the right. He got rid of the puck, and then he got blindsided by Kelly Chase. And I think his knee might have got caught up in the net and the ice. It's a knee injury. That's all that we know right now. Left knee. He was in a world of hurt. That was the first part of the bad. The second part was, after he got hit and behind the net, the puck came out to the point where McGinnis just wafted in and drilled it between the pads of Belfour from just inside the blue line to tie the hockey game, and that's where we're at right now because of the guy at the other end and some super saves by Fuhr. 3 in a row on Modano on the side of the net. The first 2 were just stuffers, and the third one, he reached out with his glove hand and picked it out of midair and kept it out. So the goalies have been good through the first 3 periods. Now they have 5 minutes left.
That goal for Al McGinnis was his 13th, Razor, from York at 2:18. We go to overtime where the St. Louis Blues, 2 wins, 1 loss, and 6 ties. The Stars have 3 wins, Calgary, Edmonton, and New Jersey. Those last 2 are on the road. 1 loss in Anaheim the other night, and 8 ties. And as the Stars attempt to attack, a whistle, and the puck is played with a high stick.
Well, you know what happened last time that they were on the road and went into overtime. We were in New Jersey, and they did in those Devils quickly. Yuri Lettinen, first minute of overtime, beat Martin Brodeur. The last time they went to overtime was the 3-3 tie back in Dallas was the loss in Anaheim, and squashed in between there was the 3-3 tie with the Red Wings back home. Good hockey games, all three of those.
4:52 to play in the overtime period. 1-1 the score. Face off in the St. Louis zone, controlled by the Stars. Chambers hustling after it, tried to slide it across, but Jeff Courtnall pokes it to the Dallas line. Verbeek used the boards to get it out, and it was played in offside by the Blues.
Well, the Stars are going to have to be very, very leery of those four defensemen coming from the back end. Three of them especially, McGinnis, Pronger, and Duchesne, and joining the rush if they get chances. And on the other side of things, they better watch out for Chambers and Zubov and Sador and some of the more offensive-minded blue liners for Dallas pinching up and setting guys in motion and things in motion the other way.
Face off at neutral ice, Modano against Conroy. We've seen this matchup quite a number of times tonight, and Conroy again, best Modano. He's had his number in the circle tonight. Drifting to the Dallas line, Conroy firing it in. Belfort cutting it off behind his goal, gave it to Zubov, playing it up the far side. Langenbrunner hit. Modano will get it ahead to Sador. Stars attacking 2-on-2 at the St. Louis line. Sador putting it into the left corner for Hogue. Taking it behind the goal, trying to center, but he's impaired by Duchesne. He'll take it to the far boards, and then Conroy will give it to Bellerin, who guides it all the way down the ice. Sador after it, and it's icing against the Blues.
Remember also, the hero of that game in New Jersey is not at their avail. We have yet to get word, but no Jure Lehtinen in this hockey game, no Matt Tkachuk. Stars started off the game with only 11 forwards, so they're also down another forward and a defenseman in this thing, and I know it's like beating a dead horse, but it's the same thing over and over again. It gets thinner, the bench gets shorter. They need a different hero, you have to think, tonight.
G. Carbonneau, Bob Airy, and Grant Marshall. Perhaps one of those three. Darian Hatcher and Sean Chambers, the point men. Stars win the draw. Hatcher, high slot, wrist shot. He scores! Grant Marshall, I think, tipped it, and the Stars win it in overtime. 2-1. Grant Marshall picks up his fourth goal of the season, I believe.
Now, what's Kelly Chase doing? Comes over and gets right in the face of the Stars. That's it. I hate that stuff. I hate it. The game's over. You lost. You injured a guy. Go off the ice. He comes over after the fact. Stars, the classier bunch, just turn away and say, we'll take the 2 points. And it couldn't happen to a better guy, a more hardworking guy than Grant Marshall, who lately's been what he can be. And that's a physical force and very dependable defensively. Right off the face-off, one of the few face-offs that Dallas gained control on. Good bunt back to the point by Bob Airy, and a little delay by Hatcher, and then the tip about shoulder high, or a little below that, by Marshall about 10 feet in front of Grant Fuhr. Remember, it's not the shoulders you go by, it's the crossbar, and it trickled between the legs of Grant Fuhr, who couldn't keep up to that one. One of the few in this game he couldn't adjust to, and Grant Marshall is the hero tonight in St. Louis.
3 games for his first goal, 16 more to get his second, 15 to his third, and now 7 games after that, Marshall plucks his 4th of the season, the game winner tonight, and the Stars hang on and beat the Blues 2-1 in overtime. We'll come back with a wrap in a moment on the Dallas Stars Hockey Network.
Private mailboxes, now available with Call Notes voicemail service. Get the message. Get Call Notes.
6 a.m., my coffee maker grinds its own beans. Wake up and smell the coffee, I'm there. I buy books on the internet, I fax, I email. I am at peace with technology. So, you'd think that since Nations Bank lets you bank just about any way you want, the big question for me would be, do I bank by phone, or do I get the big picture on my PC, or do I just use one of their 2 zillion ATMs? You know what, I still go to Nations Bank in person. Hey, I'm an old-fashioned guy.
The Dallas Morning News has endorsed the proposed downtown arena and says the project will turn a site that has been one of the city's biggest eyesores into one of its best assets. Thousands of jobs will be created by the arena and surrounding development. Team owners are paying $105 million of the arena price, all the costs for cleaning up the site and any cost overruns, and the teams will commit to remain here for 30 years. The more people understand about this key project, the more likely a positive vote will be passed January 17th.
The Dallas Stars will go to the All-Star break first overall as a result of a 2-1 overtime win tonight over the St. Louis Blues in St. Louis. Welcome back to Dallas Stars hockey. Along with Darrell Ray, I'm Ralph Strangis, and an expensive win to be sure. The injury to Rich Matvechuk, we understand Zletnin's is not serious.
Just a cut chin. We just got word he was just getting stitches, so he might have got back for the later portion of overtime. They didn't need him tonight. Grant Marshall came through for him big. Stars just kept pushing. They outshot the St. Louis Blues 14-3 from the second period on, so they were pumping everything at Fuhrer, and kind of fitting that they get the overtime winner.
And in the overtime, it was perhaps an unlikely hero, but a guy who comes to work every night for the Dallas Stars, Razor Grant Marshall.
Well, there was a lot of good. First, the face-off win that started it all off. Carbonell won that one, and then the little bunt back by Bob Airey and created some room for Hatcher at the point. He had a bit of a delay to get some room to get a shot on, and Marshall just posted up and got a stick on it. Nice bunt between the legs of Fuhrer. Game over.
Grant Marshall's 4th goal of the season. It was the overtime winner tonight, and standing by downstairs is number 29, Grant Marshall of the Dallas Stars. And Grant, is that your first overtime goal?
I think it is. Yes, it is. I think it is, and couldn't come at a better time, Ralph. I'm excited. I'm really excited for the guys, and you know, for myself, and really for the team. You know, the team's really working hard. You know, when you come into the road, you want to, you know, at least get 500 or better, and we were lackadaisical in Anaheim. We really came out hard in San Jose and tonight, so it was a good win.
This seemed like one of those hockey games you excel in. It was hard hitting. It was gritty out there. It was feisty at times, and you come through in the end with a little offense too.
Well, you know, I think all year we got to contribute as much as we can, whether it's the physical side of it, the bump and grind, whether the odd fight, or chipping in a goal here and there. You know, I'm just trying to work hard. I mean, I know my role, and I'm just going to try and really work as hard as I can on it, and maybe things will come about, which it did tonight.
The Stars seem to get tougher and meaner even when somebody goes down, and you guys have had an awful lot to deal with this year. What is the feeling on the bench?
Well, I really think, Robbie, it's a team effort, and we really, you know, it's a big family atmosphere in this dressing room, and we really go to bat for everybody. And when someone goes down, we got to step up and take charge. And I think everyone's doing that so far this year, and I think that's a big key to our club.
Maybe you can let us in on what happened at the end of the game after your goal. It seemed like Kelly Chase, the guy who hit Matvechuk, came over there and had words or wanted a piece of somebody. What was going on?
Well, in all fairness, I was so happy I scored. I didn't even see what happened.
Attaboy.
No, you know, I think it's something that's frustrations that were let out, and you know, I think they can do it. They can do that as much as they want, as long as we get the win.
You got the win tonight, and now you guys will have a few days to heal up a little bit and relax a little bit. This All-Star break is coming at a pretty good time, isn't it?
Oh, it is. We're hurting right now, and you know, for the guys going there, it's going to be great for them. But it's also for the guys that aren't going. It's going to be great for us to get a rest and to stay, have some time with our families. But it's a well-deserved rest, and I think we'll start it up the next half and really go at it.
Grant Marshall, congratulations. Way to go, young man.
Yes. Thanks, bud.
You bet. That's Grant Marshall of the Dallas Stars. He and the Stars tonight, a 2-1 victory over the St. Louis Blues in overtime. We'll come back and have more from the Kiel Center in a moment on the Dallas Stars Hockey Network.